Do you know why people put pumpkins in their windows on Halloween? It comes from an old Irish tale about a trickster called Stingy Jack. Jack invited the devil for a drink and then refused to pay. He dared the devil to turn into a coin to cover the bill, then slipped the coin into his pocket beside a small cross. Trapped by the cross, the devil couldn't change back. Jack freed him only after making him promise not to claim Jack's soul for a year. When the year was up, the devil returned. Jack talked him into climbing an apple tree for a last snack, then carved a cross into the trunk. Trapped again, the devil swore he wouldn't take Jack's soul, ever. Eventually, Jack died. Heaven refused him for his life of cheating. Hell refused him because of the bargain. The devil gave Jack a single burning ember to light his way in the dark. Jack hollowed out a turnip, set the ember inside, and wandered the night. People called him Jack of the Lantern. Irish families carved scary faces into turnips to keep Jack away. In America, turnips were swapped for pumpkins, bigger and easier to carve. That's why we set jack-o'-lanterns in our windows on Halloween. Did you know that in 2008, a neighborhood in Alabama called off Halloween forever? It started like any other October 31st. Porch lights on, pumpkins in the windows, kids in costumes racing house to house with pillowcases for candy. Then someone different appeared, a man in an old, filthy white rabbit suit. No one recognized him. He didn't seem tied to any house on the block, but the children followed. They said he was calling them, promising better candy, a bigger house, just a little farther down the road. By morning, 22 kids were gone. No screams, no witnesses, just small footprints leading to a dirt road. And at the end of it, nothing. Just an old, broken sign with a painted rabbit on it. Police searched for weeks. Helicopters, dogs, night patrols. No clues, no trace. Nothing. After that, the neighborhood never did Halloween again. Doors stayed shut, lights off. And even now, people say if you walk through there at night, you can hear children laughing somewhere deep in the trees. Sometimes, they swear, a white rabbit is waiting just beyond the glow of the street lamps. This is a true story. They whisper it only at the end of October, right before Halloween. In 1952, deep in the mountains of Romania, a nun was found hanging outside an isolated abbey. Her body was cold. Her eyes were gone. The Vatican sent a priest and a novice who hadn't yet taken her vows. What they found inside was not human. The abbey was silent. Crosses were turned upside down. Statues wept blood. And the sisters whispered of a presence they could not name. In the lowest chamber of the convent, sealed behind stone, was the remnant of a massive doorway. A gate to something ancient. Long, long ago, knights had sealed it with the blood of Christ. But now it had cracked open, and something had stepped through. It wore the face of a nun, but its smile didn't move. It didn't blink. It hovered and watched. They called it Vala, the Defiler, the Serpent, the Marquis of Snakes. The novice claimed it spoke inside her head, mocked her prayers, turned holy water black. They tried to seal the gate. Only one returned. The Vatican erased the records, destroyed the reports. But the abbey still stands, abandoned, frozen in silence. And every year, villagers report lights flickering in the windows, voices praying in reverse. A shadow, tall and still, watching from the bell tower. Because what came through that door never went back. It's true. In that valley where fog hangs over the marsh, people stopped walking at night. They call it Sleepy Hollow. Not because it's quiet, because someone is looking for his head. It started at a harvest dance. Pumpkins in the windows, fried apples, creaking boards. A schoolmaster from the next town cracked jokes, sipped cider, and headed home alone. The road cut through the woods and over an old bridge where the wind rings in the harness like someone breathing beside you. They say he heard hooves before the bridge. Not fast, measured like a metronome. A rider came out of the mist, a cloak like an empty sack. On the shoulders, a carved pumpkin glowing from within. The horse's nostrils steamed. Ripples spread across a puddle as if something were about to surface. The rider leaned back, tore the burning pumpkin from his neck, and hurled it. By morning, they found only a hat, a saddle, a smashed pumpkin by the rail. No teacher. A neighbor swore it was a prank. The blacksmith said he'd seen the headless Hessian as a kid. The pastor prayed louder than usual and told folks not to ask questions. Since then, shutters close early, and they repaint the bridge every year. The paint always peels by November. Sometimes a carriage rolls down the road at night. No driver, no sound. Only the smell of smoke and wet leaves. Off to the side, a knife ticks against bark, as if someone is carving eyes into a pumpkin. If you're there after midnight, don't stop on the bridge. Don't pick up anything from the road, even if it glows. And most of all, when you hear hooves behind you, don't turn around. He's faster. Do you know why some scarecrows face the road? There's an old story, and it isn't just about birds. A scarecrow is a guardian of the crop. In the villages, they said, if you leave it overnight without a face, it will find one of its own. Any hat, burlap coat, the face from whatever's at hand. The rule was simple: don't look it in the eyes while you set the head, and never leave a knife in your pocket out in the field. The first odd things showed up after harvest. In the morning, the scarecrow stood closer to the path than it had at dusk. Later, it turned toward the barn. A pole camera recorded nothing. By sunrise, the figure was in a different spot. Neighbors said wind. The farmer swore there was no wind and no footprints. Just a flattened drag mark, like a sack pulled along the ground. Sometimes late at night, the scarecrow seems to face the highway. Blink, and it's turned to the trees. Another blink, to the house. You'd swear something black moves under the burlap, like crow fluff. The thread at the mouth pulls tighter, as if the smile got wider. If you pass a field with a single scarecrow, don't look away as you walk by. Don't pull out your phone. Don't joke with it. And if you notice it's closer than it was a second ago, don't check again. Just keep walking. Faster. Do you know why kids stare into a mirror and whisper Bloody Mary on Halloween? It started as a fortune-telling game, not a ghost story. In the 1800s, on All Hallows' Eve, young women tried to glimpse their future husbands. They stood in a dark room with a candle and a hand mirror, sometimes walking backward up the stairs. If luck was good, the mirror would show a man's face. If not, they feared they'd see a skull, the sign of an early death. A few accidents, dresses catching fire, panicked falls, helped turn a quiet ritual into a frightening one. By the mid-1900s, the game changed. Kids swapped future husband for a name, Bloody Mary. Some said she was Mary Worth. Others pointed to Queen Mary I. No proof stuck, but the rules spread the same way every legend does. Whisper to whisper, playground to playground.
Mary.
The modern version is simple.
Mary.
Lights off, a mirror, a candle.
Mary.
Say her name 3 times. Wait for a face to form in the glass. Scratches, a scream, a shadow. Everyone's heard a different ending. If you try it tonight, keep the lights on. And if the room gets colder after the third Mary, don't look back at the mirror. Just blow out the candle. Did you know your group of friends might have someone who was never meant to be there? It happened on Halloween. During a trip, 8 friends rented a single van. They remembered it clearly in 4 rows, 2 per seat.
I don't know.
No one stood. But when they stopped at a gas station halfway through, something felt wrong. "I think we're one too many," Camilla said. They laughed it off. But then they counted. 9. A hush fell. They counted again. Moved seats. Swapped positions. Still 9. No one remembered inviting someone new. Yet no one looked unfamiliar. Every face was almost right. Except none of them could agree on which one. Their minds grew foggy, like trying to remember a dream while still inside it. One smile seemed off, but only for a second. One voice too soft, too delayed. Whoever the 9th was, he fit in a way that felt unnatural. Panic set in. The air inside the van felt heavier. The windows wouldn't open. The dashboard clock kept resetting. They rushed out, all of them, one by one. They counted. 8.
Attention.
But the moment they tried to leave the station, a man at the pump asked, "Didn't one of you stay in the van?" The doors were locked, the windows dark. And inside, in the last row, someone sat. Still, facing forward, they reported it. Police searched. No one was found. Not in the van, not on the cameras. 2 weeks later, Camilla was scrolling through the trip photos on her phone. One image made her stop. The group, back in the van, everyone smiling. 9 people,